Today I'm going to show you the top 5 shots every golfer needs to break 90. And I actually used to be a caddy for 10 years, so I've seen the biggest mistakes that most golfers make. We're going to actually get started with our first shot. It's by the green and it's in the sand trap. This takes a little bit of practice, but there's a few key fundamentals to do this. Number one, you want to take a nice wide stance. Pretend you're hitting a drive, just a nice strong wide stance. I like to have the ball kind of, up by my left foot here. I'm going to put my weight forward. I'm going to open my club face and I'm going to aim left. But the most important thing is that you actually hit the sand, not the ball, and you accelerate through. So I'm going to aim about 2 inches behind this ball. I'm going to accelerate through and let the sand push this ball out. That's pretty much a gimme. But the reason being, and again, let's go over this again. Wide stance, you want to open your club face, but to counteract that, you want to aim just a little bit left, weight forward, and then when you get about 2 inches behind the ball, really accelerate through, really push that sand out. There's a drill where they draw a line in the sand in the practice accelerating through. They just hit that sand and then they accelerate through like that. So you just want to get into the habit of accelerating through, hitting the sand and getting that muscle memory of that sand pushing the ball out. I should go grab my putter. Just like that, and up and down from the sand. That shot will help you break 90, the sand shot. Let's go talk about the next one. One shot, or rather shot concept, that can really help any golfer break 90 is understanding what your particular shot shape is, and then actually playing to your shot shape, not the course, when you're out on the course. I'll watch guys who are usually shooting 95, 100. They'll get up to a slight dog-leg right, and they'll be like, oh, I need to hit a little cut. I'm thinking, you haven't hit a cut all day. I'm thinking this. I'm not saying this because guy's got to pay me. I'm like, you haven't hit a cut all day. What do you mean you're going to hit a little cut? And then he ends up to, snap hooks it out of bounds or whatever. Here's the point. Don't try to be like Tiger Woods or Rory out there. If you typically hit a fade, then just play for the fade on every hole. No matter if it's a dog leg left or right, play your shot, which is a fade. Or if your shot's like mine, a draw, then play a draw every hole. Here I am, and I got driver. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit a draw. Now this hole is actually slight left to right, but I'm not going to try to hit a cut. I'm going to hit my shot shape. So my pre-shot routine, I'm going to find my target. You see that building out there way in the distance? I want my ball to end up in line with that building. But because I hit a draw, I'm going to actually aim a little right of that building. So as I'm coming up to the ball, I'm visualizing me hitting a little draw out there and it ending up where that building is. Oh yeah, so I crushed a draw. It's going a little left of that building. And it's gonna be either on the left side of the fairway or just slightly into the left rough. When you're hitting your driver, if you hit a draw every shot on your next round from every tee box that you hit driver, hit the draw. I don't care if it's straight, dog leg left, dog leg right, I don't care where the hole goes, hit your shot. But don't try to hit a draw one hole and hit a fade the next hole. Hit your shot shape and just aim accordingly to your shot shape. So even though I pulled that a little bit left of where I wanted to, I'm fine. So next time you play, when you're hitting driver, just hit the shot shape that you normally do and aim for it and trust your game. That drive that I just hit where I played my draw, it actually did end up in the fairway. If you look here at that building, I was aiming to the right of that building. I hit a draw, I just drew it a little bit more than I anticipated, but I'm still in the fairway. And I hit my shot shape and I'm happy. A shot that every golfer needs to break 90 is mastering your chipping. I have seen people try to chip like they're scooping it. That don't work. I have seen people completely misread, like they'll hit a good chip, but they didn't even pay attention that the ball breaks just like it does when you putt it. The biggest mistake that I've seen in chipping is folks decelerate. So I'm gonna show you the right way to do it, but first I'm gonna show you the wrong way to do it. This is what guys do. All right, they'll go to chip and they just kind of decelerate. They just stop for whatever reason. So you don't wanna do that. You wanna make sure you pick a club that's got the proper loft. A lot of folks who aren't breaking 90, they try to take these high lofted clubs like a 60-degree wedge and do a lot of chipping with that. But honestly, I do most of my chipping with a 52 degree. I feel like I just keep it nice and low. I chip more accurate with a 52 than with a higher lofted club. So I can chip with a 56 if I really have to flop it over something, but that's very rare. I like to take 3 practice swings with my left arm like this. For weight distribution when you're chipping, I like the ball kind of back in my stance, but I like my weight a little bit slightly forward. Not a lot. You don't want to be like this, but you definitely don't want it to be even. You want it to be a little bit forward. I would say it's going to go slightly left or right, but for the most part straight. So we studied that. I made a good club selection with the 52, and now I'm not going to decelerate, but I'm going to accelerate through, and I got my weight a little bit forward. That should be pretty good, Josiah. That's just about a gimme. They're gonna make me putt that, but that wasn't bad. I got my weight slightly forward, and I'm gonna make sure I don't decelerate or scoop it, but I accelerate right through it. There we go, that one's gonna be better. Go in, go in, woo-wee. That's definitely a gimme. Near perfect chip. I don't wanna say never chip with the 60. If you wanna break 90 more consistently, practice when you're chipping, getting a good club selection, focus on accelerating through, and practice chipping. Master your short game. Okay, one shot that every golfer needs to break 90 is mastering the leg putt. And I see a lot of mistake with these leg putts. So I'm gonna show you a drill. I have a leg putt from about 15, 20 feet right here. When you have a putt of that length, you do not wanna get a 3 putt. So we're gonna practice that. Then we're gonna go back to about 20, 25 feet. We're gonna practice from this range. They're gonna have a really long one from like 30, 35 feet. When it comes to lag putting, when you get to the green, what I suggest you do is analyze which way is this putt gonna break, and I like you to physically actually walk around the hole so you can start getting a feel for how long this putt is and the muscle memory. And as I'm walking up to the hole, I'm definitely recognizing this ball is gonna break left to right. As I walk this way, I'm also noticing the grain. See how this side of the cup is nice and crisp, and then this side's all scraggly? When it rains, the water's not getting right here, so that kind of tells me it's breaking this way as well. I'm gonna take a realistic practice stroke, just like if I was gonna hit the ball here for real. My aim is gonna be quite left, because it's gonna break to the right, and I'm focusing on making sure I hit it there because it's uphill. Hang on. Okay, that wasn't bad, but I missed it on the low side. So let's try the leg putt from this side, but let's try to miss it on the pro side, which the difference between the pro side and the low side is if the ball's breaking this way, if I miss it on this side of the cup, it's gonna end up about right here. But when I miss it on the low side, it's gonna keep kind of getting away from me. And that's what happened on that one. If I would have missed it on this side, it wouldn't have went all the way over there, it would have ended up like right here. That's why I call it the pro side, because the pros, if they are gonna miss the putt, they're gonna miss it on the side it's breaking from. It's got a chance to go in, Josiah. Just tap it in. Now we got about a 20-footer here. That's how you make it. I got flustered with my celebration. I wasn't expecting it to go in. Show how to do the leg putt. Leg it up there, went in. Nice. That's a nice little drill that you can do before you go out to play your round on the practice green to just get used to those different ranges, 20 foot, 30 foot, 40 foot. But as you're out on the golf course, make sure you're calculating which way is it breaking by looking at both sides, and is it uphill or downhill? And mastering those leg putts is definitely gonna lower your score. One shot that every golfer needs to break 90 and do it more consistently, a shot that you can turn to when you're in between 100 and 150 yards that you can confidently hit on the middle of the green. And so the mistake that a lot of folks make from this range is they try to take full swings. And what I mean by that is they get the yardage, you're like, well, if I hit a nice full wedge from there, that should be perfect distance. And they try to crush a wedge. You shouldn't be trying to swing aggressively inside this window of 150 to 100 yards. So I'm about 123 yards here. I could take a 56 degree, a nice full swing, it would be the right distance. But a lot could go wrong there. So what I'm gonna do instead is I'm gonna do something called clubbing up. And when you club up, I'm taking a 52 instead of a 56, which goes farther. This is about my 135 yard club, but I only need to go about 125. So how I'm gonna go to get it 10 yet less yards is I'm gonna choke down on it. I'm only gonna swing about 85%. That's gonna give me a lot more control from this distance. So I'm gonna show you how. So instead of taking my big 56 and taking a full swing here and trying to crush it up there, I'm gonna club up by taking my 135 yard club. I'm gonna choke down to take a little bit distance off, but add some accuracy. And then I'm gonna swing about 85% here. And that's going right at the center of the green. Money. Putting for birdie. So again, that was not 100% full shot trying to crush it up there. When you're inside 100 to 150 yards, just run the math of what club could you kind of take a nice controlled, maybe 80% swing, finish nice and strong, and choke down a little bit and really develop that control that you know you're gonna knock it on the green. Because really when we're in between 100 and 150 yards, we need to be knocking the ball on the green in that distance. And so one thing that's helped me that can help you break 90 is don't try to be Superman from that distance. Take a nice controlled shot with a club that you feel comfortable knocking on the center of the green. I hope these 5 tips have helped you become a better golfer. Let's review them really quick. Next time you're out golfing, identify your shot shape off the tee and hit that drive on every hole. When you're in the sand bunker, don't do what I used to do and decelerate, but accelerate through, ball in the front of your stance, hit behind the ball, let the sand do its thing, follow through. And that's the same with your chipping. When you're chipping, instead of pulling out that 60 degree, maybe go down to a 56 or a 52 or a 48 and practice chipping with those. And same concept. Make sure you accelerate through when you're chipping. When you're leg putting, don't forget to take a look, 360 degree angles. Get a real feel for which way is that ball gonna break? Is it breaking left to right, right to left, uphill, downhill? Really study that. And then last but not least, when you're 150 yards to 100 yards, really start practicing on those shots that are more like a 3/4, where you're really going controlled through, not trying to just crush the ball, but take a nice controlled shot that you know you can hit on the green from that critical 100 yards to 150 yards distance. So I hope these 5 tips have helped you. I'm loving all these comments you're sharing with me and that we're all improving on golf together. So thank you for all the comments. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, smash that subscribe button. We hope to catch you on the next video. Thanks for watching.